Alright, in this video I'm going to install the Stripe library on both my virtual machine and my production machine using Composer. I'm on the GitHub page for Stripe. I got there by following the link over here. See where it says, or see the source code on GitHub. And I'm in the API library page. Okay? All right. So, this is what it's telling me to do. Add this to your composer.json. Okay? The thing is, I don't have a composer.json in my project yet. So let's look over here. Where's my project? Okay, this is my project. Let me find a project that has a composer.json in it so that I'll know where to put it. Maybe I can just copy it also, okay? See, sandbox, no framework. Let's just go the hard way. VB shared, sandbox, and let's take a look here at Symfony. All right. Where is Composer? Okay, Composer.json. It's in the root directory of the project, not the web root. It's actually in the folder for the project directly. So let me copy this, and then let me go over here. And I will paste this one into here. So now I do have a composer.json. Let me take a look. Open with TextMate. Okay. The only problem is this composer.json is for Symfony. But I can see, the format of it looks very similar to this. Okay. All right, so now it's in a manageable size. All right, so let me just take this stuff out here, backspace, and then I'll copy this. Okay, let me save this file. All right, let me make sure that the white space is accurate. Yep, these are just spaces. Okay. So there I have it. I have a composer.json. All right, now what else do they want? Okay, and where is this now? This is in my project, and I'm on my Mac. I'm not in the virtual machine, so I can't run any composer commands here right now. All right, so the next step says do composer install. And as I've said, I need to be on the virtual machine. I already turned it on before I started the video recording. So now I'm just gonna SSH into it. Using type sandbox, hit enter, and now I'm SSH'd into the machine. Okay, now let me make the current directory the project directory. Okay, see, let me pwd. I'm in media, SF sandbox, no framework. Okay. And there you see the composer.json. As a matter of fact, let me do a cat on it. Cat composer.json. And there it is, just the way it's supposed to be. All right, clear the screen. All right, so let me run the composer install and see what happens. Composer install. All right, everything seems to be going okay, except we're waiting here. It's installing Stripe V 2.3.0, downloading 100%, writing lock file, generating autoload files, and it's done. All right, so let me just get out of here, get out of the sandbox, get out of the terminal, and let me open this and take a look in here. All right, we go to no framework. So now we have we had this one. Now we have a composer lock. I'm not sure what that's for, but I guess composer knows what it's for, so I don't need to do anything with it. Then we have the includes the license. That's my license. Okay. Logs, those are my logs. src. Okay. It put an autoload.php. See, that's today's date. Yeah. So it put this in there. It put some stuff in a folder called composer. Okay. Autoload class map, autoload PSR. Okay, so it did a whole bunch of stuff here in composer, and then I guess all the Stripe stuff went in here. Okay, and this is what it looks like. And it has those tests and stuff, all that good stuff. Okay. So what else do they want me to do? Oh yeah, I gotta worry about, this is a Git repository for this. I mean, this project is a Git repository. So I'm gonna deal with that later. Okay. And I'll probably, I will have to deal with it before I do any work on production. Okay. The plan is that when I install Stripe on production, it's not going to be by uploading it using the process that I use with Git and GitHub. I'm going to actually want to go and run the same composer commands in order to install Stripe on production. So for that to happen, I want the starting point to be the same as it was. Okay, so I want the starting point in the production to be the same starting point that I started with for my development environment in the virtual machine. In order to do that, the starting point was with the composer.json. So composer.json needs to be part of the repository. However, the stuff in vendor, which got added by composer, does not need to be part of the repository because composer will add that all on its own. Let's see what's in here. Okay. Generated by composer. All right, I need to study up on this kind of PSR stuff. All right, so that's what I'm dealing with right now. So what it says I should do next, okay, it says then install okay, I already did that. To use the bindings, in other words, to use that library, the Stripe PHP library, which we have just installed, okay? To use the bindings, use Composer's auto load. Okay, they have a link here, and I'm not going to explore that link right now, but I believe I need to put this in my initialize.php. Okay, so I would go in here. Okay, let me do copy, Command C, and then let's go over here. Okay, so this includes, this is vendor. Okay. I'm gonna need to create another constant here. All right, let's go in includes. And let me open up initialize with TextMate. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna define I'm gonna call it vendor, dir. Okay. Let me copy. Where's the one for includes? The lib. Okay, this one. Now, okay, define, this time I'm going to be defining this. So let's see, copy, paste. Then define lib path, define vendor directory. Instead of includes, it's going to be vendor, right? vendor. All right. So project root and a directory separator and then vendor. Okay. All right. So now we need to require. Okay. Where's all the require stuff? Here we're load basic functions and the order matters. So they loaded the functions first. Load core classes. All right, so let me put it here. Require. Okay, what am I requiring? Lib path? No, it's going to be vendor directory. V. Vendor directory. Dot. DS. Dot. Okay, what is it? Auto load dot PHP. All right, here, Control V. Okay, oh yeah, and I need to have single quotes around it. Let me do this again. Control X. Control V. Okay. So it's vendor directory. So the autoload.php is right in the vendor directory. Includes vendor. Yeah, there it is. See, it's right there in the vendor directory. Okay, that's unusual. All right, so there I have it. Require vendor. All the other stuff was in the lib path. Alrighty, that looks good. Control S, save. Right, so we did that part. And okay, I'm gonna need to read about this stuff, but not while the camera is recording.